Good night, everyone, and welcome to our first call for the new year. I want to welcome you to the nice presentation. We're going to be talking about ELLEV8, and we have a lot to impact. But before I go too far, I want to say Happy New Year, wishing you a bright and prosperous 2022. I don't know what plans you've put in place for 2022 to deliver that prosperity piece, but I want to congratulate you for getting on the call because tonight we're going to be looking at ELLEV8. And ELLEV8 has a lot going on in 2022. The platform continues to evolve and it's going to be epic. Before we go too far, let me introduce myself properly. My name is Kathleen Allen. I've worked in finance all my life, 28 years working in the oil industry here in Trinidad and Tobago. And I just want to share with you a little bit about me and why I'm so excited about ELLEV8. So I've worked in finance all my life. I started to trade stocks in 2016 and didn't have a lot of success. So in 2018, I stopped trading, went back out to work. I'd taken a break in service. I'd left one company and started back at a new one. And guys, what I can tell you is this. I didn't have the capital or the investment to make a good go at stocks, but I also recognized I didn't have the right education. But I was intrigued by what I saw, the potential, the size of the market, the opportunity. So I knew I would be back, but I was looking for the right partners. And that's why tonight I'm here sharing with you my experience and what I've seen with ELLEV8. Guys, ELLEV8, tonight we're going to share with you what's going on with ELLEV8, why we're different, and why we are the best in the best team to actually introduce you to the world of Forex and crypto. Now, before we go too far, I'd like to be clear. I am not an educator. I am a brand ambassador and I'm a student of ELLEV8. Now, let me share my slides and let's get going. But I want you to understand, and I hope I can convey to you, it is so powerful what we're doing here at ELLEV8. I just want to make sure that I can convey to you exactly what's going on. Now, tonight's presentation, you're going to see me. I have roughly 4 screens going at any one point in time. So I'm going to be looking all over the place. But guys, the important thing is you focus on the presentation and hopefully I'll be able to convey everything you need. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're going to make this a little interactive or get back to the person who invited you and we'll get your questions answered. So ELLEV8, before we go too far into the presentation, we always start with a disclaimer. Why? It's important that you understand trading is risky. Forex is a risky market. And the education that we're about to share with you or what we share with you on the education platform is no guarantee of success. You know, there are a lot of factors. There's how much time and effort you put in. And there's also market factors. We're also launching some new technology. And we want to make sure you understand that past performance isn't always indicative or a guarantee of future performance. So there's a lot to unpack in the Forex space. But it's just important for us at ELLEV8 and what we're doing that you understand the risk, but also what we're going to be sharing with you in the coming slides is the opportunity that exists within the Forex space. So Forex is definitely a place where a lot of people are finding the opportunity to change their lives. And what we're going to talk about tonight, why ELLEV8 is different. Introduce you to the ELLEV8 platform, go through some testimonials, and talk about what it takes to get started in ELLEV8. So there's a lot to share with you tonight. So I'm going to be moving a little fast, but hopefully you'll be able to catch the essence of why ELLEV8 is different. ELLEV8 is a legacy building platform. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you're like me, it took me a while to get comfortable with the idea of building a legacy. And if you think about it, I listened to a video recently. Woolworth is a last name. Rolls Royce, 2 last names. There are people we've seen, we use their products every day, who built a legacy for their family. For some of us, especially in the middle class or in the corporate world in a job, we don't always have that ability to build a legacy that could fill generations. ELLEV8 and the Forex market provides that opportunity to step into that atmosphere. So we're going to teach you financial literacy, educate you on Forex trading, and empower you to design your own life, building a legacy for future generations. And I'm going to walk through why ELLEV8 is just different and why I'm so excited about what we're doing at ELLEV8. Now, we understand the power of the Forex market. So we want to make sure we give you the best product and service available. So we have a 3-pronged approach. We understand the power of learning, so we started with education because learning empowers you to design your life, to learn a new skill. If you learn a skill for life, you know that old story about teach a man to fish. If you learn that skill, then you can always feed yourself, feed your family. But we also understand the power of earning. So in the earning side of business, we're launching two new technologies, a trading assistant and a semi-automated trading. And not only that, actually, we have some new announcements tonight. So I'm going to be sharing that in the back end. So there's a lot happening in the ELLEV8 space. We have 2022 is going to be epic with what we're launching in this space and what else is coming. It's going to provide opportunities for individuals who want to invest in themselves and learn, and opportunities to earn as well. So that's what we're doing in ELLEV8. Let me talk a little bit about the education side. But what I want to do as we get to that is actually introduce you to our educators. I think one of the most important things I always want to make people understand, when you look at our educators, they're people just like you and I who never learned how to trade Forex. They were introduced to it as a side hustle, for want of a better word. They all had substantive jobs and they learned to trade. And they're going to talk to you about designing your own life. Because I want you to, as you're listening to them, think about what would you do if you could design your life. Now you're going to see the first gentleman to speak is our Director of Education, Mr. John Spencer. I want you to listen to him and I'll talk to you a bit more about John as we go through the presentation. So take a listen.
My favorite thing about trading is it allows me to design my life. I wake up when I want to. Let's say I take a vacation, I don't have to hurry and get back. I don't need to check in with a boss or a partner in business.
The freedom it gives you, right? Because you can do what you want to do instead of what you have to do.
I have the ability to have any type of freedom. There's no limits to where I can go or who I can be with trading.
This is my first time in 18 years I actually got to spend the entire year with my family. So I've never been able to do that.
My little dude, I take him to school, I pick him up from school, I'm at every practice, I'm there at lunch.
I'm able to design my own life, you know.
And I'd rather do my passion rather than do somebody else's passion.
In North Carolina or go to New York or go to Dallas or Florida, I could spend months at a time there. I love seeing that when people are able to take in what I've taught them and, you know, profit from it or become successful themselves.
My thing is to teach people that there is another way besides that 9 to 5. You do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do.
And when people kind of get that light bulb that switches on just like I had, right up for me, it was around May, you get that, oh, I see what this can do. I like having people have that. It gives them that power that I can do something with this.
We actually want to see our students win.
Chase the skill, not the money. If you chase the skill and learn the skill of trading, the money will follow.
When you go all in, you'll see results.
If you're looking for financial freedom, financial independence, you want to take that part of your life as well as your personal life and your mindset to the next level. This is something that anybody can take advantage of.
What would you do if you didn't have to worry about money, right? What would you do?
Can you answer that question for me? What would you do if you didn't have to worry about money? What would be different in your life? And that's something that, you know, when you think about designing your life, not having to do the day-to-day hustle, why is Forex and why is ELLEV8 the right place for you to be? Well, let me talk to you a little bit about what we have on the ELLEV8 platform. We have 11 highly successful traders who are educators. These individuals, guys, first and foremost, they are successful traders. They're not teaching you theory. They're teaching you exactly what they do every day to earn a living in this market space. And we are so grateful that they're taking the time to spend this time with us. Why? Because most of these guys are trading over 6 figures. I'll tell you the story of John Spencer as we get into the next couple of slides. Now, we have live and recorded daily training. So if you miss it, if you're busy like I am, you can go and listen to it when you want. You know, just like you binge watch Netflix, you could binge watch some of the recorded videos and keep up to speed with what's happening in class. We're trading in the Forex. We're teaching you how to trade Forex and cryptocurrencies. And Forex and cryptocurrency together is a market where over $8 trillion is traded every day. It's one of the largest, most liquid markets. And guess what? We just need to learn a skill where we can go in and get a few percentage points of that. $8 trillion traded every day. And one of the key things about ELLEV8, why we're different from a lot of people out there who are teaching you to trade in Forex, we teach you how to trade banking system strategy. And I want you to let that sink in. You see, when you think about the Forex market, it's retail traders, it's banks, big financial institutions. Those are the individuals who operate in that space. If you learn to trade like a retail trader, which most of us learn to do, which is what I was learning to do, guys, you're going to be then competing with the banks and the big financial institutions. These are the big movers, the big manipulators in the market. So you're going to want to learn to trade like the banks. Why? What we're going to teach you to do is understand supply and demand, equilibrium zones, points where the bank go time and time again. As they enter a trade, we look for those points where the banks enter the trade and we just follow along with them. That improves your chances of success within the Forex crypto space. And that's what we're teaching you in ELLEV8, how to trade like the banks, the big movers, the big manipulators, and the big winners in the Forex market. We also teach you one of the key strategies is the Japanese cloud. It's one of the oldest and one of the most profitable systems. But the beauty of what we do at ELLEV8, because we have 11 successful traders teaching you banking system, they also teach you from different perspectives. So there's something for everyone. If you want to scalp, you can go to Chris' classes. You know, there are different classes you can go to. I follow the Japanese cloud, so I'm usually in John's classes. But I also follow the BECs. I love the BECs because these are points of equilibrium where you can see it time and time again. You could mark up a point from a month ago, 2 months ago, and you'll be surprised to see it play out time and time again, that the bank goes back there when they enter in the trade or when they're selling off the trade. It's just so amazing. So that's what you're getting at ELLEV8. Now, one of the key things, we said trading is risky. It is. What we're going to teach you is risk management. The only thing you control in this market is how you manage your risk. And if you manage your risk right, even when you lose a trade, you can win. That doesn't make any sense. I'll actually, I have a little video I'm going to play in a while with Ben Wright. He's going to explain that. But once you manage your risk, when you have a successful trade, when you balance it out, you're still going to get a daily average. And that's so important. So learn to manage your risk. Compounding your income is so powerful. That's why the Forex market is so powerful. And I have a couple of slides on that. But here's one of the big reasons why we win in ELLEV8, the community. Learning and earning together. We've put together a community of like-minded people who share their wins, their losses. I'm going to show you a bit about the community. And we also share trade ideas. So sometimes you wake up in the morning, you're hustling, you're looking to make a trade, and you can jump into a chat and see, oh, here's what's happening. And you jump in and you take that trade. But that community of learning and earning together is one of the big reasons why ELLEV8 is different. And I'm going to show you one of those communities, a couple of them, as we go through this presentation. Now, compounding your income, I'm actually going to change this up a little bit. I always have a teaching moment here. Now, it is noted that the most powerful force in the universe is the principle of compounding. Think about Warren Buffett. How he built his fortune was by compounding, investing, and waiting for the compound impact. I will show you why the Forex market is a little faster than the stock market. And one of the key things they say about compounding, he who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it. Guys, that's why some people have been able to use compounding to their benefit. If you understand it, you can build yourself a legacy. If you don't, you pay it. And that's what most of us do. We spend most of our life in negotiations with the bank to pay on our house, a car, vacations. We're just paying out our power of compounding. So that's one of the things I wanted to share with you. Now, why Forex and crypto? And this is how you pull together and understand the power of compounding and the power of the Forex market. You see, $8 trillion traded daily. And all you need to do is build a skill, invest in yourself, and learn how to go in there and get 1 to 2%. What if it took you 5 months to do, 1 year to do, 2 years to do? I want to show you the power of compounding. And the biggest benefit of the Forex and crypto market and compounding is you can start with a small investment and have daily compounding. I found this little, you see in this here, I found this little saying which said, you can only build wealth by investing. And the examples they give here is that if you invest 100K in savings, you'll only make $100 a year. 100K in stocks could make you 10K a year. 100K in property could make you 5K a year in buying properties. And 100K in Airbnb will make you 1.2 billion. And the key lesson they're trying to make is that you must invest your way to wealth. What I like with Forex and how I apply this, most of us don't have 100K. It's going to take us a while to build up 100,000 US. But here's the power of the Forex market, that you can start with a small investment and with daily compounding and managing your risk. I want to share with you two stories. John Spencer, our Director of Education. He learned Forex. He was introduced to it just like you're being introduced here tonight. And when he went live with his trading account, he was able to take $500 to $50,000 in 6 months. And that means he's making roughly around 2.6% a day on average. So that's what he was able to do in 6 months. So this is not an income claim, but this is just sharing with you a powerful testimony of John Spencer. But I also want to share with you a testimony of a friend of mine. She's a Trinidadian, and I'm not going to share her name because people are starting to find out where she lives. But she knew nothing about trading Forex. But she hooked up with the educators at ELLEV8, and she just followed their trades. So while she was learning, she just followed their trades. And she was able to take $100 to $100,000 US. Think about the power of that in 3 months, not 9 years, not 10 years, not 20 years, in 3 months. That's the power of the Forex market. On average, she was making roughly 8% a day, just cheating off the smart kids and following these trades. I tell these two stories because they're so different. One person learning on his own, making $500 to $50,000 in 6 months. Now, of course, he's trading significantly more than that. And the other person following the trades that John and the team put out and also able to earn. Why? Because this is the building blocks of what we're doing here in ELLEV8. Remember, we're teaching you, and very soon we're going to be launching new technology where you can cheat off the smart kids. Good? So I want you, we just talked a little bit about education. I'm actually going to, let me just pause the presentation here. And what I want to do now is just share with you a little bit of what we're doing in this space. Let me show you the ELLEV8 platform and show you why we're so excited about what we're doing in the ELLEV8 space. Now, the ELLEV8 platform, it exists. Once you get access to the platform, it's actually quite easy. Let me bring this screen up and I'll be sharing it with you. You'll see it in a few seconds. So I'm going to share with you what happens when you sign on to ELLEV8, what you're going to get. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly because there's a lot of information that I want to share with you here tonight. When you sign up with ELLEV8, you're going to get onto a platform. You see here what I have up already. These are the video recordings. So if you miss a class, you can go and you can always take, as I say, you can binge watch, you can binge learn, just like we do with Netflix. You can go and look at the video recordings if you've missed a class. And I've had to actually, over the last 2 nights, I've been watching the boot camp Wyckoff session. Why? Because I needed to kind of cement that a little bit more in my mind. So we have the video vault. When the educators, when you're ready to go onto a live class, you just click on educators, and based on the class schedules, you will normally see the live is showing red and you jump into a class. It's that easy. Now, for those of you who, like me, who never traded Forex before, you probably say to yourself, I can't do this. We got you covered. We have beginners basic where you can go in and learn what is Forex. Everything, just taking you through, holding your hand and teaching you everything you need to do about Forex. Now, these are pre-recorded, but we have live sessions. We have live sessions with Ashley Alvarez, who teaches the beginners basics. So then you can go onto those live sessions, you can practice, you can do some homework, and you could get comfortable with Forex. Now, once you've gotten through the live beginning sessions, you can then come back to prerequisites and you can start learning about the trading strategies. So remember I talked about the fact that I trade with Smart Cloud. I go through the prerequisites, I learn about Smart Cloud, then I go to the live classes where John is now going to teach. Now his method of teaching is phenomenal. Why? Because he's taking you inside his mind. Here's our most successful trader, our director of education, teaching you how to trade using the Smart Cloud, but at the same time, he's giving you trade ideas. So when he walks you through the process of how to take a trade, he's actually giving you trade ideas. Isn't that a unique concept? And what I want to share now is to just show you quickly the platform we all do it on. So we all, in terms of the community. So this is the community that we have in ELLEV8 is one of the key reasons why we're so successful. Why? Because we trade together. And this is the platform we have it now on. Very soon, this is Discord. And we're going to be moving this platform pretty soon. But when we trade together, think about this. So I talked about John inside the mind. So here he is giving out trade ideas. Now he gave this trade idea for USD CAD today. Actually, he had his class on Wednesday. This trade played out. Imagine getting a trade idea from someone who's successful trading, and he's literally telling you, enter at this price, put your stop loss here, because we always practice risk management, and you can see this is the potential trade. Well, guess what? It played out today on Thursday. And that's the power of what we get with John and Day. Now, because he gave this trade where it was a buy to sell, I actually on Tuesday took the trade in the opposite direction, took it up to here, and I made some money on that. And that's the power of what we're learning here with John and team. They give us trade ideas, and we're able to take that. And we're going to take that up a notch to another level as we continue to build in the system. We share our trading wins. You can see here, we have fun. Why? Trading is stressful. Don't make it over serious. And it's important that you understand the psychology of trading. 10% is technical, 90% is mental. So we also have classes where we talk a lot about the mental capacity you need to build. And you can see here where, show me the money, where people are having success and they're sharing. We also look at losses. It's important you understand why you lost. So this is the community that we trade in. Here's what, if you trade in New York session, I love to go into the Enter the Matrix classes when I'm on vacation, when I can trade in New York session. And these guys are actually showing you trade ideas. Some of the best trade ideas I got was actually just cheating off the smart kids. And the good thing about it, at ELLEV8, we encourage that. We encourage people to understand that. And that's the power of the community that we have on Discord. But I also want to share with you another community that we're part of. Let me get this screen up. And this community is our diamond, Mr. David Hunt, who never traded before, professional footballer. He's pulled a lot of us together in ELLEV8, and they trade and they scalp US 30 and they trade gold and lots of other things. But here they are sharing their success. Remember, 99% of the people in here didn't trade before. And here they're sharing their success, how much they made for the day. I don't know if you can see that properly, but how much they made for the day. Yes? Think about that. Now this person went live, mightn't look like a lot, but he went live with an account that was $20. Now that's trading a little tight for me, but it works for him. $6 and $20, guys, that's almost 30%. So there's so much potential in here. And this is Nima. He's actually, I think he's a Trinidadian living in the UK. And he just bought himself a PS5 with the money that he made on trading. And when you read his story, he actually said, I didn't want to learn to trade. I didn't think I wanted to learn to trade. And he's thanking the team because he's so grateful that he took the time to learn to trade, invest in himself. Now he's actually already spending his profits. And that's the power of what we have in ELLEV8 here in the community. I mean, David Hunt could have never, as I said, an ex-professional footballer. He could probably have never pictured that he'll be able, this is him marking up a chart. He's marked up this chart and shared with us and said, look, I think it's going to go down, and here's the take profit and the potential. And guess what? It doesn't play out every day, but more days than none, it plays out. And that's the power of what we've built here in ELLEV8, where ordinary people like you and I, who never traded before can access one of the biggest financial markets in the world and learn to be successful. Why? Because we're following some individuals in the ELLEV8 team who are highly successful in the trading space. And that's what we're building here in ELLEV8. So just getting back to the presentation now, we talked about the education. I showed you the platform. What I want to do next is just show you what's coming in the trading assistance. And a little birdie told me it's coming sooner than we think. So let's just take a look at this video where we're going to be advertising and talking about the new app that's about to be launched.
The average person can now actually get a fair shake.
It's the greatest time of all time to trade. I mean, there's a lot of...
Everyone is trading nowadays. Do you feel like you're getting left behind? Well, it's time you got caught up with the new EX8 app. Put the ELLEV8 expert Forex traders to work for you. They do the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. They study the charts, they give you an in-depth analysis, and then they give you recommendations for when to get in and out of trades. All you gotta do is check the analysis, click agree, and then plug the trade info into your broker account. It's that easy.
Foot on the gas and I'm going fast.
EX8, available in the App Store, exclusive only to ELLEV8 subscribers.
Right, it's coming soon to the App Store. We just worked through a lot of the compliance issues with Apple. So, 6 times in a row, we send them the same information. And I think we're getting ready to get the green light. We're going to transform the way people trade by giving you the ability to learn and copy off the smart kids, by getting these trade ideas on your phone that you can copy and paste, whether it's into your demo account until you get comfortable and into your live account. And that's the power of what we're showing. Now, the good thing about these guys, we talked about them being successful traders first. Their success ratio is between 60 to 70%. Guys, you don't even have to have that higher ratio to earn a living in the Forex market. So understand what you're getting to do. While you're learning a skill, you're getting to copy from the guys who are already way up here in terms of capability. So you're going to get an opportunity to earn at their level while you learn. And that's what we're launching with ELLEV8, and that's coming soon. I'm going to talk to some of the individuals on the call right after. We're getting ready because we think it's going to come pretty soon, possibly early February. Now, what else is coming? Because remember I said we have a lot to unpack. We have a lot happening in ELLEV8. Well, we have a trading assistant coming. So this trading assistant is semi-automated, and I think they're looking at, can we launch an automated option? So that's still in the works. But right now, I'm on that platform, and I'm actually testing out this trading assistant. I've been on that platform for 3 months. Some people have been on a lot longer. It's possibly going to be launched very early this year. We're hoping in March. And guys, guess what? Imagine being able to put your money in a system that's going to trade on this same Forex market for you, doing 95% of the heavy lifting, doing literally, that's all the heavy lifting, doing all of the work, doing the trades for you. And guess what? You're making roughly 8 to 10% a month. Now, it's low risk, so there is some risk. It's semi-automated, but we're looking at other options. I've been on this platform for 3 months, and at the end of the 3rd month, I was 33% up. I want you to understand what 33% up means. For those of you who are getting 1%, 2%, 3% per annum in the bank, literally, I was making roughly 1 to 2%, sometimes 2 to 3% a week. So what you would take, what I took roughly 12 weeks to do, you would take 12 years or more. That's if you're getting 1 to 2% in the bank. I know some people are getting slightly higher per annum. So I just want you to understand the power of what we're doing here in ELLEV8, why we're so confident, or why we talk about what we're doing in the legacy building space. So this is what we're doing with ELLEV8. As I said, I'm on the platform, so I'm always going to be sharing with you. People are always asking me, how's it doing? Because why? They can't wait to get on board. Now, I talked about a lot to unpack and new announcements. So this is so exciting. So we are, now that we're launching these new apps and technology, we're looking to actually change the way we deliver the education. So we're also going to create opportunities, and I don't have any prices yet, so don't ask me for pricing, but we're looking to create opportunities where you can change up how you learn. You can have and pay for a crash course where you can have 3 or 4 educators one educator a week, taking you through an intensive session, teaching you the market and holding hands. And by week 4, you should be ready to trade or copying off the smart kids. But they're looking at different options. So that's coming. So keep your ears peeled for when that's coming out. But it's creating different options for people who want to actually just say, you know what, I don't have 6 months or a year to learn. Let me take this crash course, and while I continue to use the technology to expand. But what else are we doing? So while we trade Forex and crypto, we actually going to be expanding education in the crypto space. Crypto is here to stay. And we want to make sure that our members and our students have all the education they need so that they can capitalize on the investment. But I mean, that's big in itself. But what got me really excited was when they talked about NFT education. Guys, you literally probably have to be living under a rock to not have heard about NFT. But if you were like me, I was under that rock probably about 3 months ago. So let me tell you, NFT, non-fungible tokens, is the new way to earn money out there. And you're seeing a lot of young people getting into NFT. But here's what. You want a trusted partner and source to take you through that and teach you how people are tapping into this digital space and actually being able to invest and make money with, again, not having huge investment portfolio. You could actually start some of the investments. I see people start with 200 or more, but we are bringing NFT education to the ELLEV8 platform. I feel we should have, I feel I should be hearing a hoorah in the back there. But that's what's coming soon. And that's why I said 2022 is going to be epic. Now, if you wanted to get started on ELLEV8 on the education platform, it's $129.99 per month US dollar. And guys, I can tell you, I don't regret making this investment at all. When I first started to learn to trade, I paid about 6,000 US upfront, and then I had monthly fees for the different applications. I can tell you this, what I have learned with ELLEV8, there is no doubt in my mind that I have the skills that are building towards me having a legacy to leave for my family. That's why I'm up late at night trading sometimes if I need to. And I can tell you, I mean, just this morning, I only had a few minutes before I started work, dived in the market, got 2%. And the power of this market, I know that all I need to get is 1 to 2% a day. So the power of what I'm learning, that $129.99 is a steal of a deal. Now, when the new technology comes out, we have the price point for the app. When the app that's going to allow you to cheat off the smart kit comes out, for our customers, it's going to be $199.99. But here's the power of this market. Once you start to build, you can earn that money. So I just wanted to share with you what it takes to get started. I want to encourage you that this is the best investment you can make in yourself. If you understand the power of the Forex market, and if you're like me, tired being in the middle class that's just shrinking, and you want to expand beyond that, then get started today. Now, again, always like to close with a disclaimer. We cannot make any guarantees, but I want to share with you one thing. Forex is here to stay. Crypto, NFT, all these things are here to stay. And if you're like me, I missed out on tons of opportunities to invest in crypto, in Bitcoin when it was less than $100. Forex allows me to actually make good on getting back into a place where I can actually build a legacy. So yeah, I miss Bitcoin, but with what I'm learning here, I'm going to make that up. And with what they bring into the platform, we're always going to be at the cutting edge of what's new and what's coming next, so that we can always be at the right place and the right time. That's it for me. I want to congratulate you again for getting on the call. I'm going to end the recording here now. I want to congratulate you for getting on the call.